Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that's not altogether that old, but it is incredibly collectible. And these figures are limited release and becoming harder and harder to find, especially in this mint unopened condition. Well, we are looking at today the 2016 release by Hasbro from their Star Wars The Black Series 4-inch action figure range. And this particular figure we are looking at today is of none other than Sergeant Jyn Erso, as portrayed by the gorgeous Felicity Jones in the movie of the same name, Star Wars Rogue One, I should say, which is an American space opera film, which was produced by Lucasfilms and distributed by Walt Disney Studios. And it is the first Star Wars anthology film, and it is a prequel to the Star Wars 1977 original movie. Now, the film stars Felicity Jones as Sergeant Jyn Erso, together with Diego Luna as Captain Cassian Andor, and a whole host of other stars, including Forrest Whitaker, are all part of the movie. One of the highlights for me in this particular movie was the return of Darth Vader. But there we are. So the film was set a week before the events of Star Wars. Now, Rogue One follows the rebels who steal the schematics for the Galactic Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star. And it details the Rebel Alliance's first effective victory against the Empire, as referenced in the Star Wars, the opening crawl. Very popular movie. It ran for just over 2 hours, about 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think it was. Incredibly popular. Its budget was $200 to $280.2 million. So it had a huge budget for a big picture. However, the box office, it took $1.059 billion. So a huge return. It took over 5 times its cost at the box office. So a massive return on the outlay. The film actually premiered in December the 10th, 2016, and as I say, was incredibly popular. And obviously, being the prequel to the original Star Wars movie, had quite a bit of nostalgic feel to it for a lot of the die-hard Star Wars fans. And of course, lots and lots of merchandise were spanned from that movie. Anyway, what we're looking at today is the Star Wars Black Series, which is a superb range of action figures created by Hasbro. And this particular one, there's 2 sizes of the Black Series figures. There's a 6-inch series and the 4-inch figures. And these are the 4-inch figures that we're looking at. And this is obviously of Jyn Erso. And this is the box it comes in. And it says Star Wars The Black Series, Sergeant Jyn Erso. And it's item number CO662 and B4054. Ages 4 and above, and you've got the Hasbro logo, and there is an image of Jyn Erso, a little bit greyed out on the bottom corner of the box. Okay, that is the back of the box. Let's just turn the box around. Sorry, the front of the box, I should say. Let's just turn the box around to the back and have a look at what we got printed on the back. Okay, so I've turned the box around, and this is what we got on the back. So again, it says Star Wars A Black Series, Sergeant Jyn Erso, a highly skilled soldier in the Rebel Alliance. Jyn Erso is an impetuous, defiant warrior, eager to bring the battle to the Empire. Jyn has little patience for debate with Alliance High Command, enough so that she takes matters into her own hands. And this is, you've got the StarWars.com web address there, starwars.hasbro.com. It's made in China, and you've also got the Disney logo and all the warning information at the bottom there. I just want to turn the box to the side, and on the side it says there Sergeant Jyn Erso, just printed on the side there, and in bigger bold letters on the outside it says Jyn Erso. And over the other side again, you've got Sergeant Jyn Erso, and you've got the batch number and the item number. Okay, that's the item in the box. I think what we really need to do here is take the figure out of the box and have a good look at it. I think I shouldn't really be doing this, but I'm going to open the box. I'm going to take it out and let's have a look at the figure outside of the box. Okay, so I removed the figure from the packet and this is what we got. So we've got the figure itself, and we've also got her rifle here, which comes in two halves. And by the looks of it, yes, so you assemble the rifle to, it looks like that goes on there, like that. Oh, I haven't pushed it on all the way. There's a little, like a little tongue in this particular end, and there's a little groove in this end. So it looks like that just slots into there. However, it's very tight and I don't want to damage it, so I'm not going to push it all the way in. But basically, that would go on there, and that would be her rifle that she would carry with her. Let's just see if I can. Yeah, I don't want to push it on and damage it. So, but that's basically what you would do. You just connect it up. On it would go, and that's basically what the gun would look like together. And then we've got Jyn Erso, and she comes with her pistol, which I did put into her holster there, which does come out, and that will sit quite comfortably in her hand. There we go, and you can see it sits absolutely perfect. It's the right size and the right cut for her hand. So let's just measure Jyn. So she's 9 centimeters tall, which relates to 3 3/4 inch or 4 inches. We call them 4 inches, but it is actually 3 3/4 inch. So about 9.5 centimeters tall. Width wise, we're looking at around about 4 centimeters, maybe 4.5 centimeters in width at the widest point. And depth wise, well, measure from her shoe, about 1.5 centimeters. Probably about 2 centimeters across the chest and the back there, I would say. Probably about the size of her. So some good articulation on these figures. Let's just take the gun out of her hand. Put that down there for a second, as I want to look at the articulation. So the head turns, and you can turn the head, and you can angle the head up as well, so it does move up and down and round. So you've got the top of the arm moves up and down, the elbow twists, and so you can move the hand as well. The hands are quite nice and supple, so as you saw before, you can get the gun in. The top of the chest moves up and down as well, if you can see that. She's moving up and down, and also turns from side to side there. So the waist doesn't turn, it is the top of her chest that turns in a more realistic pose than what we get on the earlier figures. And then of course you come to the tops of the legs, which move, they move from side to side, open in and out, and move up and down. You've then got you've got a joint there which turns the leg, so you can see the leg turning round. So you've got the movement at the top, you've got the joint at the top there, and then you come to the knee joint, which you can turn again from side to side and move backwards and forwards, so you can bend the knee, as you can see, and her legs bent, and also turns, and also the foot turns on its own. So you have got 1, 2, 3, 4 points of articulation on each leg. So it gives you 8 points of articulation. You've got 3 points of articulation on each arm. So add the 8 and the 6 together, 14. 15 with the chest, and 16 with the head. So really, really good articulation on this figure. Okay, let's zoom in and see how closely she resembles Felicity Jones. You know what? That's a pretty good likeness of Felicity Jones as she appeared as Jyn Erso in Rogue One. I think she's very, very good. I think the face is absolutely spot on. The hair's right to as she was. The lips and nose are right. The eyes are right. I really can't fault that. She does look absolutely fantastic. Just like the Jyn Erso as portrayed by the gorgeous Felicity Jones. She does look absolutely stunning, and she is in that attire that we saw her wear towards the second half of the movie, at which she actually, well, she dies in it at the end, and she gets killed when the planet is destroyed by the Death Star. Her and Cassian are sitting on the beach, and they die together in that explosion. But yeah, I mean, the figure is absolutely stunning. The waistcoat, the top, the trousers, the boots, the holster, and then of course you've got the pistol, which sits very comfortably in her holster there, and obviously you've got the leg strap as well as the waist strap. I don't think that comes off. No, it doesn't come off, but absolutely fantastic figure. Again, the hands are just superb. They grip the gun really nicely, and if we put this gun together, that would work very nicely. So I don't want to put it together because I'm gonna have to take it to pieces again, and I may more than likely break it if I try to do that. So I'm not going to do that. And as you can see, Jyn stands absolutely well. No aid needed. She stands absolutely brilliantly. Oh well. Okay, so now you're going to say to me, how well did these figures do back in 2016? Well, I mean, the Black Series figures are very highly sought after figures. A very good collection. Because of the detailing in the figures and because of the articulation, they sell incredibly well. And the whole series, whether it's the 6 inches or the 4-inch versions, just sell absolutely phenomenally. They're all released in limited runs. So they're not released in any massive amount of numbers, not like the original Star Wars figures or the Episode 1 figures that were mass produced. These are produced in smaller quantities, and obviously they're more expensive because of the articulation and the quality involved in them and the collectability. So low run, they're only run for a short amount of time before they move on to the next figure. Usually I think the bigger sets, the figures have individual large numbers on them to designate what number figure it is. These ones only have the actual item number on them as they're a smaller range, but absolutely superb for the smaller range of figures. Really lovely figure. So yes, they would have done remarkably well and sold very quickly. Okay, so let's move on to the almost 10 years, 9 years now, to 2025, which is where we are today. Do these figures come up for sale very often on the platforms? Well, they do come up for sale on the platforms, which is not surprising because they're not quite 10 years old yet. But they do come up in various different states of condition. Various different figures as well come up. I mean, Jyn Erso, when I did look on the platforms, I think I found 2 or 3 others in the same condition as this. This one was unopened until I opened it and taken them out. Some of the others have been opened and displayed, and you can also pick up them loose depending on what you actually want, which are available on the platforms. But as usual, as I always tell you, do be careful buying on a platform. Somebody's idea of very good condition could be somebody else's idea of acceptable condition. There is a big scope of differences between people's opinions. So do remember that when you are about to buy on a platform. So read the description and have a good look at the images before you place that order. And don't forget, some of the platforms use stock images and stock descriptions. So you could be looking at an absolutely pristine mint sealed item. However, if there's no new available, that automatically goes to the cheapest used item, and that may not be what you are looking for. So if it doesn't say new on the page, but it does say used, click that used link and read what you're about to order, because you will be expecting new, and that is not what you are going to get. And it's not the fault of the seller, and it's certainly not the fault of the buyer. It's the way the platforms work. Ridiculous if you ask me. What they should have done was come up with no new available, but used is. Click this link to see the used. That's all they had to do. But no, they didn't do that. But there we are. Anyway, you don't need to go for that rigmarole. You can come straight to us at Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles, where what you see in front of you is exactly the items you would receive should you wish to order. And this particular figure is no different to anything else. Incidentally, we did buy out some stock from a closed down shop just after COVID, and there was a whole case of in fact there was 2 cases of unused these 4-inch Black Series figures, assortment figures, and they were obviously they're absolutely mint condition. They haven't been out the box and they haven't been on the shelf. They were left in the stock room, and there was also quite a few that were still on their shelves in the main shop. But as they closed down, we were fortunate enough to go in and buy all their stock on the shelf, on the floor, the shop floor, and also in the stock room. And all of these figures were a part of that buyout, and we are making them available to our customers on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website where you'll be able to find this fantastic figure and many other vintage Star Wars items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned. Keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful Star Wars Black Series Rogue One Sergeant Jyn Erso action figure with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.